Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Alonzo Menifield up against Jimmy Crute at UFC 284. You're over there in Perth, Australia, looking sunny and delightful. How's Australia treating you so far, man?
It's awesome. Nice weather coming from the cold, but yeah, super nice.
What do you think of the Australian accent?
Oh man, it's funny. I was watching stand-up comedy. I think it was stand-up, and he said about the overemphasis on like the sound going up at after every word. So like I'm going over there, and when, so, I've been keying in on that, and I noticed like it is a higher pitch. But other than that, I mean, it's awesome.
It's an interesting one for you as the American going over there. You're kind of playing away from home right now against a dude who's going to be really popular, Jimmy Crute. He's the hometown boy. How do you feel about that?
I feel good, man. I mean, I had a lot of experience of being an underdog in my sports. So yeah, this isn't unfamiliar,
but
it's fun. Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like the underdog because he's coming off 2 straight losses, albeit to 2 of the very best in the division, and you're coming up 2 straight finishes?
Yeah. As far as like the past is the past, and now is now. But yeah, I look at it like, yeah, this is a first fight for both of us, and I'm very serious about it. That's how I'm looking at it.
What kind of a matchup are you expecting from him in terms of his skill set versus yours?
I expect everything, so I'm expecting everything from him. And when that comes, my whole game plan is to solve it.
You've had a super interesting life from what I can tell. I mean, you were in loads of foster homes, then you played professional football, then you got a degree in criminal law, and then you found your way into MMA. Like, how did your journey take you to being one of the most elite fighters in the world? How do you think you got here?
Man. Well, I know I always played football because it's always been like an expression. So given that I had to get the degree and go and work, I was like, no way I can do this. So eventually I would mosey over into MMA, and yeah, no more would I listen to the boss telling me when to take my break.
How do you mosey into MMA? I mean, it's not that easy, right? How does that happen, and how do you get really good at it?
Well, I mean, as I was playing linebacker, I was always training and grappling while I was doing football. So with that, I mean, when football didn't give me that NFL, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna transition right on over. I joined a Muay Thai gym, and then that's all she wrote.
So how's your striking now, in your opinion? Like, do you think you're getting up to the world-class level? Like, often guys who start out in grappling, it can take a while, and then they fall in love with striking, right? As much as anything else. Is that the case with you?
Yeah. I mean, striking, you got to respect it. It's just not like most people think it's always just only fundamentals. MMA is much more. I mean, it's like based on an opponent, you got to be able to read certain keys on them. And given the move that I did, I'm now able to understand that. So as far as striking, I mean, it's definitely a new world unlocked, and it's amazing because it keeps going and going and going. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
Your record's pretty remarkable. I believe, what was it, in your first 8 fights, 8 straight finishes, and then I mean, you've only gone to decision like what, once when you won in your career. So, are you the biggest finishing merchant in this division right now?
I wouldn't know, man. I don't really pay attention to all that. But I go in there with an assignment to win by any means necessary. And I guess statistics, after everything's said and done, it'll be there.
Jimmy Crute's ranked at number 12 in the division. How intriguing is that for you in terms of what it's going to do for you?
I mean, I don't know. Shit. I mean, we can all fight whoever. Ranked, not ranked, it doesn't matter. So in my opinion, it's like Fugazi, these numbers.
Really? How do you mean?
What I mean is like you can be this rank, you be that not this rank. I mean, it really matters when you get up there in the top 5, right? Top 10. Other than that, I'm like, whatever. I don't know, but obviously it'll be good for me. we fight higher people in the rank, and I just keep doing what I'm doing, training and learning this game.
I guess you already have a win over a guy who ranked number 10 in the division, Paul Craig. How significant was that to get that early in your UFC career? Did that kind of reaffirm how good you are?
Nope. Beating Paul Craig didn't do anything for me. As far as like feeling like I belong or whatever you just said, and as far as like top competition, it just the experience. So being here as long as I have been, knowing that's what's propelling me.
When you look at the top of the division, do you see yourself beating those guys in the top 5? Do you see yourself having a better skill set?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm able to fight like me and not like someone's remote control plugging into a video game, yeah, absolutely. And now what I'm doing now is I got Pat, and he's working on like what he can add on to my attributes as far as like how I fight. And yeah, I think it'll transition well as far as MMA. And yeah, so being on at the top, champion and doing those old glorious battles, yeah, I feel like most definitely I'll be a part of them.
Are you fighting at, is it Sexan's Muay Thai at the moment?
No, Saxon Pops, aka Pops. No, I trained there for like six years in Muay Thai, and yeah, I just started moving around to learn more, to MMA.
So where are you training at the moment?
I'm with Pat. We're in Colorado. Pat Barry. I don't know, HD. And yeah, I came from Fortis. We just go from there and figure out some things.
Who's your main training partner for this one?
A lot of people, random. So I've been moving around a lot, but I would say me and Pat been working on striking and understanding that whole thing. So definitely give big shout outs to Pat on that one.
What's the most important thing you learned from him?
Understanding fighting. From experience, it speaks louder than words or someone who don't have experience. So with him with experience, he's able to show me a lot.
Where does Jimmy Crute rank in terms of like challenges that you've had before? How good is he?
He's good, man. Jimmy Crute is Jimmy Crute. He's a guy off a contender series like me. So let's put it in perspective. I mean, we both came off contenders, so we're here, and then it is what it is. It's nothing high, nothing low. It is what it is.
Is it cool for you to see a guy off the contender series win the belt, Jamahal Hill?
Yeah, it is very cool. Big kudos to him, for doing that. And I said in I think an interview with Lynch, like that's awesome, man. So sky's the limit.
Are you pleased to see the division kind of getting freshened up in a way? We had Yuri win the belt. Now we've got Jamahal, where we just had John Jones holding it for years prior to that.
Yeah, right. Taking a belt from John Jones, I know we all probably want to do that, but just us as warriors. But yeah, it's cool to see fresh blood. I mean, moving it around, and it's always the key to life, Old moves out, new moves in. I mean, that is what it is.
Is there anybody who, just in terms of how you perceive them and respect them, you mentioned John Jones, anybody in this game that you absolutely have to fight one day in terms of just because it would be cool?
Oh, man. No, I never thought about that. But I know fighting Ed Herman was cool. So as far as any legends, I don't think they're in the UFC anymore. But yeah.
I'm going to round off with a little bit of a quick fire about some of your UFC colleagues, if that's okay. So who is the hardest hitter?
Anthony Roman Johnson was the hardest hitter.
How about now?
Now? Well, it would be me, right? I just got to show him.
Best wrestler?
Best wrestler now? In my division?
Any division.
I guess Islam, right? He's a good wrestler. I know Habib. Go ahead.
Who's the funniest?
Who's the funny? I think all of them are funny. You got some characters, man. Some naturally funny people. Light heavyweight, heavyweight. They're all around. Like, can I just name one? I don't know.
All right. Who's the most annoying?
The most annoying. Who's the most annoying? Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I don't really if anyone's annoying, I just don't listen to them. I wouldn't know, man. I'm gonna take a safe venture on that one.
Who is the best looking?
Me.
Who is the best dressed?
Best dress. What we talking about? Like, cause Francis wears an African attire, and then Connor wears European. And they both look good. No homo. I mean, or all homo. I don't want to offend anyone, but yeah.
Who has the best fight IQ?
Best fight IQ. Man, there's so many of them. You can go with the Dagestans. You got Vulcan, Izzy, Glover. I mean, it's a lot of people with IQs that are like really good. Even some young guys.
Who would you most like to have dinner with?
Mostly maybe a girl fighter, but I'm married, so I don't know. No one.
That's hilarious. All right. Who would you most like to have by your side in a street fight?
Oh man, all of the light heavyweights. So, take Pat Barry. Let's go, Pat.
And who is the most interesting female fighter?
Interesting. Interesting. Like what do you mean? Like talking?
Just interesting, either in the way they fight or their story, or interesting.
I would have to go with Thug Rose, man, based on me knowing her now. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, that definitely Thug Rose.
And who has the best hands?
As far as a woman?
Anybody.
Best hands. Best just overall hands, quick, lightning fast. Let's go with I don't know. I have no idea, man.
Who has the coolest tattoos?
I don't think any of them are cool.
Fair enough.
I don't have any tattoos.
Me neither, bro. But,
yeah.
All right. And last one. Dream fight, any weight class, past or present?
I would like to fight someone. Dream. Let's go with Quentin Rampage Jackson.
I like it.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
That would be very cool. Mate, thank you so much. Good luck against Jimmy. It's been fun talking to you. Pretty funny. We got some answers out of there, man. Nice.
All right.